Yo, what is up everybody? It is Riley's Redzone, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the film of Trey Lance, the North Dakota State quarterback. Now, I'm starting a new series right now, which is breaking down prospects from next year's draft. Now, I want to start now so I can get the most prospects done as possible, but obviously I won't be able to start with the best players like Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, because I want to make sure all their tape is available before I break them down, and there's always a crazy chance that they don't declare for the draft. So I want to start with guys who have already declared for the draft, and what has been seen on film is all that you can get. So Trey Lance is a great example. He's declared for the draft, and North Dakota State only played one game this year, and it was basically pretty much for Trey Lance so he could get a showcase. So in today's video, I will be looking at his film from the one game they played this year against Central Arkansas, and the other game is going to be from last year against James Madison, one of the best teams they played. So I'm very interested to see how he will do. I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched much of it yet, which is kind of good, so I'll first reactions kind of, but from what I have heard and seen a little bit of highlights, I think he's going to be very good in the run game, kind of powerful as a runner, and kind of a strong build, so maybe comparable to like a Carson Wentz, Ben Roethlisberger in the pocket kind of thing. Ironically, Carson Wentz is on North Dakota State, but I also could see a little bit of Cam Newton in the run game, as he could be, kind of powerful there. So I'm predicting a play style between Carson Wentz and Cam Newton, obviously not to that level yet. I don't know if he'll play ever that good, but I think kind of a mix between those two styles. So I'm very interested to watch the film, and let's see how Trey Lance does in these two games. First throw, Lance is going to look to his left and then throw to his right, and it is not a great throw. The first thing I see here is he looks right at the tight end and could have had an easy big gain here, but instead turns to his right. Now, I know windows are small to make completions, but he easily could have fit it in there for close to a first down, but instead he decides to throw it to his right, which is a weird decision in my opinion. The receiver's very well covered, and if you are going to make that throw, in my opinion, you need to lead your receiver to the sideline, which at least he doesn't throw a pick here, but I definitely didn't like that first play. Next play, Lance looking to pass, he's gonna throw it deep, there's a wide open receiver, and he misses the throw. It's very disappointing he didn't complete this throw, judging this guy was so wide open he probably could have made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich by the time this ball was thrown, and he is overthrown by a few yards. But I will give Lance the benefit of the doubt that he was pressured on the play, he wasn't able to fully step into his throw, but I still think he probably should have completed this pass. I'm kinda gonna ignore this play, to be honest, because even the cameraman got psyched out on this one, but it appears as though he fumbled the football, and I'm not gonna blame this one on Lance because he literally got instantly sacked. Lance is gonna drop back, looks over the middle, and throws to his right in a beautiful throw to the receiver. So on this one, he does exactly what he's supposed to. He drops back, doesn't see somebody wide open except when he looks to his right, and he throws it perfectly as he leads his receiver to the sideline and puts it in a place where only his guy can get it or nobody gets it. Lance decides not to throw the motion pass and instead opts to a screen pass to the right. It was not a good throw. Now looking at it, if you're in Sean McVay's offense or Kyle Shanahan's, you're probably just throwing that screen pass right away. But instead, he likes to go to the other side. Maybe this was a designed play to go to the running back, kind of a fake screen. But then this is a poorly thrown ball. It's just at the receiver, wide open, and he just throws it behind him. So not very good play there. On this one, Lance is going to drop back, look to his left, and he's going to step outside the pocket, throw it, and it's just a little high. Now looking at this play, I really like what he sees here. He drops back, has the option right here for the check down, decides not to. He could have. But it's 3rd down and 10. I like him going for the play. Another option there, though, is he probably could have just stepped up in the pocket and gotten a good amount of yards. But what I do like on this play is when he steps out, he kind of has that pocket awareness that he knows the pressure is collapsing around him, so he steps out of it. That's good. The throw is once again one where either his guy catches it or nobody does. It's a little high, probably could have caught it if it's a little lower, but at least it wasn't a pick. So he probably should have just taken it himself or maybe took the check down to get some yards, but I I like that he wants the big play, so he rolls out of the pocket, and that's great pocket awareness. Jumping to another third down here, Lance is going to step up in the pocket, avoid a rusher, and then be sacked. So looking at this play, there's not really much he can do here. His pocket collapses immediately. I don't see anybody wide open on screen. It looked like the top receiver could have had a break. I do like that he's able to shift and almost, use a juke move in the pocket, but the pocket just kind of collapsed around him. So what I am seeing so far, he's missed some throws, but I am seeing the good mobility aspect of the pocket awareness, kind of. Like, as I said in the beginning, maybe a Carson Wentz or Cam Newton in that aspect. Lance here is going to drop back, look to his right, throws it, and what was that? So looking at this play, he drops back. There is a little pressure, but he's got enough time to make an easy throw. He's right there, and he just sails it. This is not a good throw. The receiver's open enough. He may not have gotten the first with that catch, but he should easily be able to make this throw. Here they run a play-action bootleg to the right. It's a well-executed bootleg. He takes what is given to him by the defense in the right throw. I like this play by Lance. He just takes what the defense gives him, and he gets a solid gain. Another fake run here, and Lance throws a nice throw, I guess, to the wide open receiver. This is another wide open one. This is just a good play call, I guess, good execution. Nothing special about this throw, but they get a touchdown off of it. Lance is going to drop back. He throws right to his right, and he's immediately tackled there, the receiver. So, looking at this one, he just takes what is there. Nobody on the left side really gets wide open. There's a few, you could probably make a throw, but it'd be risky. Now, on this one, the receiver's open. This is more great play by the other corner covering the outside receiver. He steps up and reads his eyes and makes a tackle on the under route, because you may be saying the outside receiver was wide open, but that's only because the corner stepped up. So that's a good play by the corner there. 3rd down and 4, they run an inverted veer, and here's Lance off the read option. He's running and makes a good juke move here. This is just great ball carrier vision, and it's going to show what I've been talking about all video. He is great with the football in his hands on the run. Haven't seen all the great throws we've wanted, but you can definitely see here you can run an offense around him with the run game. 1st down now, Lance off the play action. He's going to throw it deep. There's an open receiver, and once again, what is that? Good play action here. He is getting pressured from his right side, but he's got enough time to make that throw. Easy money. The dude is open, and he overthrows it. So, this is very disappointing that he missed this throw. Obviously, like I said, he is pressured, but you should be able to make this throw, and he's this wide open. You just throw it to the end zone. It's unfortunate he didn't complete that pass. 2nd down and 10, another power option here, and Lance breaks the tackle, kind of once again showing his run game abilities. We've seen it many times, and I'm beginning to start a comparison with this dude I really like right now. I think Trey Lance compares to Jalen Hurts. He isn't the best in the passing game so far, but he has a running ability, and I think he could be drafted in a same spot. I think right now, from what I've seen, he's got some potential things that could be a 1st or 2nd round pick, but has missed a lot of throws. So right now, he looks similar to Jalen Hurts. 3rd and 6 here from about the 20 when he drops back. Lance just takes a check down. Now, sometimes the check down's okay, but in this one, it's 3rd and 6. The goal line, the line to gain is almost at the 6-yard line here, and he throws it about 3 or 4. And yes, he was open, and nobody else was super wide open, but if you actually look towards the middle top of your screen, right here, you'll see it in a second, right here, if he throws it right there to the tight end, he probably could have fit it in there for a 1st down, but it's just a check down play instead. Next drive, 1st and 10, he's dropping back, he's going to step up in the pocket, he chucks it deep, and unfortunately, just incomplete there. Here's what I see here. It's a normal pass play. He once again has the pocket presence, he steps up in the pocket, but look at all that space right there. I've seen you make a few juke moves. I think you could beat out that one guy. There may have been a guy in front of you, but if Lance just steps up here, he's got close to a 1st down. Now, this reminds me of, if you guys remember, the Justin Herbert play in his debut against the Chiefs. Could have scrambled and got some easy yards, but instead he decides to chuck it deep. This is exactly what just happened right here. Probably should have scrambled with it. But even looking at the throw, he's almost double covered, tried to beat the safety, and he didn't throw it far enough. So I see what he was going for there, but ended up not working. So it's good to see the pocket awareness, but not a great throw there, or a good decision really at all to throw that. 3rd and 10, here's Lance dropping back, moving in the pocket, throws, and a little behind his receiver. So looking at this one, once again, has the pocket presence. Look at him move in the pocket, step up a little, throw into his throw, but then he throws it behind the receiver, kind of. This is another example where you need to lead your receiver in front of him. You are taught to throw the football in front of your receiver and let him go get it. Instead, he almost throws a back shoulder here. It's kind of behind the receiver a bit and makes him turn back towards the corner. That's not what you want to do here. You want to throw him to the numbers, and if he does that, this is probably a first down. So he just needs a little better throw on this pass. 1st down and 10, we got a play action bootleg again, and once again, like the last bootleg, he just takes the check down what's there. Good play by the tight end here to get some extra yards, but does exactly what the defense gives him. Once again, a good play. He's just running the system play, passes it off. This is just a simple check down, but it's good to see him just kind of taking what the defense gives him. 1st and 10, we got another inverted veer for Lance. He's gonna break a tackle, and he's off to the races. He's just gotta beat one dude, and he hits him with a stiff arm like Derrick Henry, and he's into the end zone. Now looking once again, this is proven. He's good with the ball in his hands. He's great on the read option. He's got a mobile component to his game. And like I predicted, he is very strong, like a Cam Newton. He can break the tackles. Look at him also trying the little stiff arm here. This is great ball carrier vision. He's patient as well, as what I've noticed. He lets the blocks kind of come to him. And honestly, the blocks have not been great this whole game for him. So he just trusts the O-line, and he's able to make a play. Now, once again, I'm comparing him right now to Jalen Hurts. His passing game has not been very perfect at all, but you can see a little potential in his running ability. We're going to jump ahead to a 2nd down and 9. Looks like a possible QB draw. Look at Michael Vick out there. I mean, Trey Lance with the juke move. Got him on his ankles. And he's trusting his blockers, and a big gain here. This is once again proven. Look, I don't even know if this was a designed QB draw, to be honest. This is just pocket awareness if it was. If it was a designed, he still executes it great. But I think this might have been a pass play, and he just notices he's going to get sacked for a safety, so he has the ability to just take off and make some great plays like this happen. So once again, the run game ability shows. Another 2nd and 9 later in the drive. Lance on a play action, gonna throw it in. It is intercepted. I don't know what he saw right here. This is not a good play. Play action here. He's looking. Could have easily gotten that tight end if he throws a back shoulder on the bottom of the screen. Didn't see the safety coming, so I'm going to put this one on Lance. I know nobody was super open, but once again, the bottom check down was right here. You can see the circle guy right there. If he throws that there, he's got something, but this guy's covered. I see what he was trying to do, but not a good throw if he was trying to throw it to that guy. So that's on Lance. Skipping ahead a bit, we have another bootleg, and instead of taking the check down, he could have right there. He decides to go for more. Now, I don't know here whether he was going for the throwaway or the wide open receiver. So he once again could have taken the check down that you see kind of there, but he throws it ahead. Now, if it's meant to be an incomplete pass, he did it great, but he honestly probably could have hit that receiver right there if he doesn't throw it as high as he did. Later in the game here, we have a read option to the left, and he follows his block, and look at him already wanting the first down with some contact. Now, contact isn't always the best thing as a quarterback. You don't want him to get hurt, but he's really fighting for his team out here. He's got the read option, follows his blocker, cuts back in, and initiates contact to try to get the first down. So once again, the running ability is there. Here we're going to have another drop back from Lance. He just looks over the middle, and this is probably one of his best throws of the day. Hits the wide open receiver, I know, but he hasn't completed too many long throws, so here's a good one here. He just reads the defense, sees him open. Good throw by Lance here. 4th and 1 here, game on the line. They trust it with Lance, and look at him fight for the first down with the ball in his hands again. Once again, look at the patience here. He just follows the block. He powers ahead and gets the first down. 2nd and 6. Look at Lance. Drop back, step up in the pocket. He's going to go for the end zone, and he dives in. This is just beautiful. You once again see he's pressured from the left, and for a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL even, that's a sack right there. We've seen it with Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, like any of those guys, they're getting sacked right away. But he notices he's about to get sacked, so he steps up, and the difference with him here is not only does he step up and gain a few yards, he's able to get a first down and then a touchdown. Look at him going for the win. He cuts back and is able to dive in. This is beautiful ball carrier vision and shows the toughness that he has on the football field. 1st and 10, they're going to need to lead again. It's a play action. Lance is going to fire deep. It looks like a decent throw, and it is dropped. From what I see, this is a drop by the receiver. This is so sad. This might be Lance's best throw of the day. He hits it on the play action. It's beautifully placed like a drop, like Russell Wilson. It perfectly drops into the receiver's hands. I can't clearly tell on here, but I don't think the corner's hand actually got in the way. So this is a drop by the receiver. The receiver can tell right away. Look at him fit it over the corner. This is a beautifully thrown ball, just dropped by the receiver. So best throw of the day by Lance, and it wasn't completed, unfortunately, but that's his best throw of the day. 1st and 10, game's on the line here again. They're going to need a big play. It's a play action. He looks to his right and throws to the wide open tight end, who gets in for a touchdown. This is just a great executed play, honestly. The linebacker did not even see the tight end. He thought he just was running an out route, but kind of a miscommunication on defense, and Trey Lance took advantage of it and just hits the wide open receiver for a touchdown. So not a special throw, but they complete the play to execution and get in for a touchdown to take the lead. 3rd and 4, if they get this, they have a really good chance at winning. And look at Lance, drop back, looks to his right and completes the beautiful throw. This is the type of throws we've needed to see all day, and he finally gets one, which seals the deal and allows his team to win the football game. So he perfectly, like we've been talking about all day, we need him to throw to the sidelines and lead his receiver. He's been struggling with that all day. But on the most important play of the game, he drops back, and look at him here. He kind of leads him. It's not a perfect one. He does have to turn around more than I would like him to, so he still needs to improve, but at least he's able to complete this one. But still need to improve here on throwing to the sidelines. Well, we just watched game 1 out of game 2 for this video. So I give Trey Lance a C- for that game. And looking at some comparisons, I'm going to name some names here. Jalen Hurts, Cam Newton, Carson Wentz are kind of guys that come to mind when looking at his play style. So looking at the grade first, he showed some flashes of certain potential of different aspects. Specifically, his pocket awareness was spectacular. You see a lot of guys that just don't have it. For example, Marcus Mariota, he was the top 2 pick. He has some great speed, so he's got the ability to go outside the pocket, but he never used it correctly. He never was able to really maximize his talent of stepping up in the pocket and making plays and rolling outside the pocket. He didn't really do that. So it's good to see him be able to do that. His arm, at least for being able to get it there, is okay. Not like top Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, but okay. He can get it there. He's not on the low end for sure. He's got a decent arm. He's very strong. You can tell by his build, in his play style, he's not afraid of contact. He's all in, which is why I bring up some of those other names. But his passing game really struggled. He missed some open throws, specifically in the beginning. That deep shot he missed. He missed some throws to the sideline, which I'll talk about here in a second. Really, though, looking at it, his best throw was probably, at least from a difficult throw aspect that he made, was probably that deep throw towards the end, and his receiver didn't even catch it, so that's not good. But the number one thing I'd say for him to improve is really his ability to throw it to the sideline. He seemed to always throw it behind his receiver, and something that even I've been taught, if I ever, I'm playing football, you definitely, just about everybody, is you throw it in front of your receiver. If he's running a slant, a cross, a drag, any route of that nature, you need to put it somewhere where only he can catch it, and he can kind of keep running with it. Now, you don't always, in this case, have to run with it, but you need to put it somewhere where there's not even a chance it's intercepted. And he seemed to, on a few out routes, he missed, well, the first one, it was forced incomplete because he threw it behind his guy. And some other ones were kind of bad too. He just needs to throw it to the sideline more and lead his guy to the number. So if he can get a little better at that, that'll be nice. He kind of improved there on that final throw, but still was behind his receiver a little bit. So he can maybe make some of these more tighter window throws, but he just needs to throw it in the correct spot. So comparison-wise, though, I'm throwing out the name Jalen Hurts because he has the ability to kind of maneuver outside the pocket. His run game was very strong. You could tell they already had a lot of plays implemented for him on the read option and that type of thing, the inverted veer. They trusted him with the ball, even at the end, and that's great to see. But I think his passing game still needs a little work. I also think he just sometimes needs to take what's given to him, and he was doing that on the bootlegs, but on other times, I like it that he has the ability to go out and maybe try to make a big play, but sometimes just taking the check down is okay. So I think he just needs to improve on that a little. So I gave him a C-, and just for the kind of perspective, a C is average. In my opinion. So to me, he was below average here because he showed some flashes, but was not very good in the passing game. But Cam Newton as well, I'm going to throw out there. Just he has a lot of power when running. He's not afraid of contact. And Carson Wentz, because he went to North Dakota State. And I've seen some of Carson Wentz's top plays, when he can maneuver around the pocket. Like you think about the game against Washington a few years ago in week 1. I specifically remember the play where Carson Wentz jukes out 5 guys and then, is able to make a throw downfield. So that's what I kind of see here. So he's got some potential. So it's very interesting to think. I believe it was Easton Stick who came after Carson Wentz before Lance here for North Dakota State quarterback. So that seems to be a kind of thing. So he was below average, great running ability. That's what I've learned about him. This is the first time I've really watched Trey Lance. So I'm coming in with kind of a neutral mind, and I would say his run game boosted him a little, but the passing game was not there. I don't think after watching this first game, I'd pick him in the first round. That's why I also put the Jalen Hurts comparison, as I feel he's maybe a late second or third round grade. His potential, it could be a late first, but his grade right now, like based on what I've seen, this is a project player that I take in the late second or third round. So let's watch the second game though against James Madison from last year and see if he can maybe change our mind, and maybe if his passing game, maybe he's just off this year for one game. So let's watch him against James Madison and see if he can change our opinion at all. First play in this game we're going to look at is 3rd down 11. It's kind of a quarterback draw. He steps up and he's able to get the first down. See, this is what we've seen multiple times, is Trey Lance able to escape the pocket. It might have been a designed quarterback draw here. I can never tell because he's honestly good enough to do it, even if it's not a designed one. So, once again, a good play from the run game by Trey Lance here. Here's a 2nd and 6. And it's a play action, and I included this because he chucks it deep, and it is not a great throw, but it is called a pass interference, so it actually helped him a lot. And so I wanted to display this one, even though it was an incomplete. You can tell here, he can get the ball there, he can throw it. Now, the problem with this one, too, is even if it was going to be a close, let's say it wasn't interfered with, he's throwing, and you'll see this again later in the game, when he's throwing, and I think I noticed it in the last game, too, when he throws this deep ball, he tends to kind of underthrow or throw it to the inside of the field. On this one, you'd probably want to throw it towards the sideline in this case scenario. So this was called pass interference, so they gained a lot of yards out of it. Here's Lance, drops back, steps up in the pocket, great maneuver here, and hits this guy over the middle. See, this is what we're starting to see the trends here. Great in the pocket, notices he's going to be sacked, avoids it, steps up into his throw, completes the motion, and hits the guy over the middle of the field. 1st and goal, they're going to run a read option with Lance, and he is just going to get in the end zone. He wants it more. Once again, the run game ability is there. He reads his block, and he once again shows the power here, kind of trucking in there at the end for the touchdown. Here's another one that, although it's not completed, it's once again showing he can throw. The distance-wise deep ball, it's called pass interference, so the gain yards. But let's watch it again. this is once again a theme. Watch him throw. The ball ends up to the left of the receiver, closer to the corner. And this is not good because it's more likely to be intercepted than caught. So that's something he should work on here, is throwing to the sideline if he is going to throw a deep ball. 2nd and 9, Lance in the pocket. He's going to step up so he's not sacked. Makes a dude literally fly into space, and he's going to be tackled, right? Nope. He's still up, and he says, I need my team to push me. I'm going to get a first down out of this. Look at the legs here. First of all, this step breaks this man's ankles. Oh, it's a slip and slide out there. Steps up, makes a move here. He's initiating contact. He sheds 2 guys off of him, and then gets the support of his team to keep churning his legs, and ends up, I don't know where I think they gave him a first down here on the play. Great effort here. Play action pass here for Lance. He's going to roll to his right, makes the guy miss, and throws it over the middle. It's incomplete, but right idea here. Just not a perfect throw. Probably needs to throw it a little higher, and he kind of underthrows it a bit, so his guy had to run back to the ball, but he had the right idea, just not great throw here by Lance. On this one, Lance does what he is able to do, runs a read option, and gets the first down. 3rd down here, Lance drops back, throws it to the left, and it's incomplete. Now, looking at this play, nobody was wide open, but I think he should have thrown it right here to that route, because if he leads him kind of towards the sideline, so towards the right side of the field, I think that guy can catch it if he catches it in stride, and we've talked about already he needs to work on that, but if he does, I think he catches it and gets a first down there. 3rd and 5 here, Lance fumbles. I thought I'd include this just because it's a big play, but not much you can necessarily do here. Kind of just a bad communication handoff. Lance here is going to drop back, look to his right, avoids the sack, and runs to his left, does a little fake stutter step, and gets a first down out of the play. This is great by Lance here. Once again, recognizes the pressure, steps out of the pocket, and then hits him with a nice little hesitation here, and is able to get a first down. So we've seen it again here. His pocket presence is unbelievable. 3rd and 7, play action. He's going to look to his right, steps into the throw, and I don't really know what he saw in this one. I mean, if you are going to make this throw, you need to throw it to the sideline, so either your guy gets it or nobody gets it. But it's a good play by the corner, but don't really know what he necessarily saw here. It's not a good decision, but once again, if you are going to, you need to either throw it away or place it differently. But what makes this play even worse is watch the replay. The linebacker here just stops covering the drag route, and that receiver right there, absolutely wide open. Easy first down if he throws it right there. So that was a bad play by Lance. First down here, runs a little play action and just throws it to the wide open tight end. It's a good throw there. It's 3rd down 23. We're in the 4th quarter. There's no way they get this right. Oh, there's no way they get that. He's running with the football. Wait a second. He's going to get it. He's going to score a touchdown. Holy cow, what just happened here? We see it again, folks. Trey Lance with the ball in his hands. He doesn't see anybody wide open, so he trusts himself. He steps up in the pocket, and he's got the speed to get past that D lineman. Then he's able to beat out this defensive back to the 20-yard line. And look at this. He's got 2 people in the area. Neither of them make a tackle on him, and this is a great play by Lance. Once again, we see the escape artist ability outside the pocket. Great play. Lance here going to drop back, 2nd and 13. I believe it was swatted a bit, but it's a decent throw to the tight end. They needed a first down here. Once again, looking at this, I believe it might have been touched just a bit, but it's luckily completed on that one. 1st and 10, Lance on the read option. Going to take it himself, and he gets the first down. 4th and 2, they go for it. They do not get it with Lance, but they still ended up winning this game and winning the FCS National Championship. So that was the Trey Lance film breakdown. So let's quick do a review and analysis of what just happened. We watched 2 games. We watched the game from this year against Central Arkansas, and we watched them in the FCS National Championship against James Madison. I think it kind of balances out as we took a game against a very difficult team, a very good team in James Madison in the National Championship. So that's a big game, and that's important to look at because North Dakota State is in the FCS, which they honestly eventually probably should move to the FBS. I think they're good enough too. But as of right now, they're playing lower level teams. So it's nice to see them play a little higher competition because that's what Trey Lance is going to be playing in the NFL. And it was also nice to watch the Central Arkansas one because that's really what he's up to right now. But I'm also glad I looked at the James Madison because maybe there's a chance he had a bad day or if he somehow has changed over the year here. But in conclusion, I honestly was not very impressed. I have been hearing a lot about this guy as a top 15 pick, a first round pick even, and I did not see that whatsoever. I think I haven't gotten to him, and I will by the end of the year, but I think you can look at guys like a Kyle Trask even, and start putting them in the conversation for the first round pick over Trey Lance. I thought Trey Lance was going to maybe be that third guy behind Fields and Lawrence, but right now, from what I just saw, I don't think so whatsoever. Now, that could change. If I look at the other quarterbacks and I don't like what I see, that could be it. But let's really talk about his strengths and his weaknesses. His strengths, 100% his speed and his power. Just overall in the running game, he's not afraid of initiating contact, which isn't always a good thing in the NFL, to be honest. You need to learn how to slide. But that's not a terrible thing. And then he also, he's got that speed, but within the pocket, he's got a very good pocket awareness. He knows when the pressure's coming, he's able to step. We saw him step in the throws, we saw him step outside the pocket, make plays with his legs. That's very good to see. Now, passing though, I was very disappointed. We didn't see him complete a single deep pass, I believe. Maybe he got one. I don't think he necessarily got a deep pass, so that was completed. So that was concerning. But looking at his arm, I think he has a decent arm. He can get it everywhere. He just needs to work on ball placement. He really, in the James Madison game, his deep balls were kind of, I would say, like, not necessarily underthrown, but kind of, they were more led to the inside, and that's really easy for the safety to pick it off, if not the corner, so I think you got to be careful about that. If you're going to throw that, you need to throw it to the sideline, which, speaking of which, in general, he needs to work on his sideline throws. He's not leading guys to the sideline, he's throwing back shoulder throws on drag routes, and that's not good to see, because those can be, you can get a fluke play where that's intercepted, so he needs to work on that as well. But we saw some potential. This is I'm not going to say Josh Allen because he had a strong arm, but he was a project coming out of Wyoming. He's turned out. But I think this is really similar to what Jalen Hurts was last year. I don't think he's a pure quarterback, but he's got some potential that you need to give him a shot. So I predict, based on what I just watched, Trey Lance is a late second to third round quarterback. Now, he could fall to the fourth or fifth round which he already declared, like a Jacob Eason did this year. This year, Jacob Eason and Fromm both fell, and I thought they were going to be in about the same tier as Hurts, but Hurts went first. So I think that's going to happen, is teams are going to see a trait, and they normally seem to draft guys early. And the last thing I'm going to say about Trey Lance is, once again, disappointed, but he did show some flashes. I think he really needs to have like Lamar Jackson, an offense built around him. You put him in some of these offenses, I think he kind of trusts himself too much, which is not a bad thing. Like I said, with his running ability, that's great. But he a lot of times kind of ignored the system read. For example, if he was in on the Niners or the Rams, I know Shanahan and McVay would not be happy because, he passed on some easy throws. But with that being said, I think below average here. Not the worst I've ever seen, but saw some exciting plays. He's a good college quarterback. He'll give you the exciting plays, but I don't think he's going to be a great future NFL player. But I think he'll be drafted in the first 3 rounds. So, thank you so much for watching this draft analysis video number 1. I'm scheduling hopefully to upload this on Halloween. I'm recording it the night before. I have been all week though, to be honest, but I really appreciate you guys watching the video, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this type of content. I'm going to be getting it out in the future. Also, weekly NFL picks among my podcast and other content. So, if you like football content, make sure to subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Riley Redzone. Specifically for Twitter, if you want want my Thursday night picks, like this week, I chose the Panthers. I was wrong about that, but it was close. You can get that every Thursday night. So, thank you so much for watching. Also, comment down below, do you have any prospects you request for me to do next, and I can get them done? If you guys have any requests, I'm planning on doing guys who have already declared for the draft and maybe opted out of the season first, just because we have all the film we need on them, and there's always a chance some of these other guys end up not declaring. But comment down below what prospects I should look at next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.